Hi guys and welcome back to our channel. Today we'll be trying to release some realistic price prediction for Ripple XRP against the US dollar over the next months 2020-2021. Please subscribe to our channel if you want us to keep releasing technical analysis and price predictions for free. Let's start our analysis before analyzing the short medium term to then move to the long term trend with the price prediction. So what we see here is Ripple against US dollar, and as you can see we are inside a bullish flag. After the low that we have hit over June 20, over the end of June 20, we have experienced a series of long white candles. We are right now in an uptrend. As I've been stating many times in my previous YouTube videos, I was quite bullish on Ripple, and I was right because I really believe we are just at the real beginning of a strong movement upwards. Now, as you can see here, this is the pattern, the price pattern. So we have experienced a series of long white candle from the minimum around 0.16 US dollar till 0.32. So right now we are moving in a range, and actually this is the flag of the bullish pattern. So what we should be expecting over the next weeks, this is a daily chart, so we can anticipate the movement that we should be expecting realizing over the next weeks. In terms of pattern, we should be adding this distance, okay? So between 0.17 or 16 and 0.32. So we can predict a movement till this area, so at least 0.40. One of my targets for the short term, so within the end of 2020, is without any kind of doubt 0.50. As I've been explaining many times, around 0.50 we have an horizontal resistance. From there we should be expecting a retrace to then move and attack the all-time high around the 3.20 US dollar. So this is the short-term trend analysis. So we are inside a bullish pattern, we are inside a bullish movement, we are inside a strong uptrend, and we are just at the beginning of this strong uptrend. Now let's move on and let's analyze the long-term trend. Okay, so what we see here is a cycle of 4 years. As I've been explaining many times, not all the cycles are symmetrical to each other. Actually, this is a rare condition, while the cycles tend to be asymmetric. Yet, calculating the average between the two lows that form the cycles, like in this case, we should be able to predict with a certain accuracy the average kind of cycle, okay? And as we all know, for the stock market, the ascending phase of the Gauss curve inside the cycle is always longer than the descending phase, which means the 60-70% of the cycle is about going up, so the uptrend, okay, while the remaining 30 or 35 or 40% of the time is related to the descending phase of the Gauss curve. For the crypto market, it's quite different, and the reason is because they tend to move in a very strong movement. In other words, when they start going up, they do it in a very strong way. So it's like skyrocketing. Okay, so cycles in this case are different. So we should be expecting exactly the opposite. So a strong period of movement up, which is quite fast, around 1 year, and this is what we see for Ripple. Then we have a period of 3-4 years where Ripple tend to move in a range or in a downtrend. So in terms of fractal, as you can see here, we have a 4 years cycle, and we are at the end of this 4-year cycle. As you can see here, between the 27 and 28, so 1 year, we have experienced a strong uptrend, and then, as you can see here, a strong downtrend. Actually, I'm one of the few that was able to predict the all-time high about Bitcoin around 20,000 US dollar, and when the other ones were predicting 100,000 US dollar, 1 million US dollar, it was one of the few stating that we would have had a strong downtrend for Bitcoin till the levels were 14,000 US dollar, then it retraced to 17, and then 7, then 4,000 US dollar, which is what happened at the end. So for Ripple, I do believe we are going to hit at least in terms of short-term trend this area, so 0.50 US dollar as been stating, and again before the end of 2020. But the real target, the realistic target, I like to work with ethic. I don't want to release price targets that are out of any kind of realistic chance. Okay, so I like to be realistic. So this is a logarithmic scale. We are inside an ascending channel. Okay, so in terms of realistic movement, we might predict this area, so 80 US dollar. This is a chart from TradingView. Okay, and 80 US dollar seems to be a very realistic target. So I'm not stating that Ripple is going to hit 1,000 US dollar, because I don't think at least anytime soon we might see Ripple at 1,000 US dollar. I don't know if that will happen in the future. What I know that under a technical point of view, there are realistic possibilities. That is very important. Realistic, again, ethic. When you work, when you release some price prediction as a financial trading academy, you want to be realistic. Okay, so here we are inside an ascending channel, which can be detected by linking this point of low. Here we have a reversal pin ball. Okay, from here we have experienced a huge movement upwards. So those are the two highs. So if we project those two highs into the future, we can retrieve this area. Okay, then again, in terms of cycles, it's almost, I wouldn't say impossible, but it's very difficult to find symmetrical cycles. That means, in other words, that this cycle was long for years. Doesn't mean that this one has to be exactly 4 years. Could be 5 years. Okay. Yet, if history repeats itself, somehow we could predict Ripple hitting 80 US dollar really next in the future, most probably within 2021. Thank you, guys.